and welcome to Animal Audit Corner. As you can tell, today is Arts and Crafts Friday. And as you can tell, I'm at my Arts and Crafts table. So, here we are. But guess what? I got 2 new vases the other day. And yes, we are going to paint this. And I am on the verge of having my own merch store. Now, eventually, let me get the other one. Here it is. I got this one as well. Now, one of these are going to be my holiday base. So, we're going to get right to work on my latest. That's my latest base, which is the flowered one. Okay. Yes, so here we go. But you'll never believe this. Remember when I made... hold on. Now, we're going to get started on our new vase. This one. Oh, we're not finished with it yet. Okay, well, what can you do? All right, so we'll peel off the paint. Now, the glass paint actually doesn't wash off. You literally have to, peel it off so you can start it. Okay. And now, not on occasion, you might run into me painting on canvas. Do I actually do people? I do, but not as often as flowers and nature. But yeah, I do. But I do need a little more practice. Now, I've been painting since I was a teenager. So, not only I started as an actress as a teenager, but I also painted as a teenager. Of course, I ran into a little snag by the time 2005 ran around the corner, when I was on 2005, I actually decided to go back to school. So my major was Associate of the Arts degree. I actually wanted to be a theater instructor, but then I hit another snag. I didn't quite. I graduated with that degree, Associate of the Arts degree, but I wanted to go back and get my bachelor's. Now, I did manage to actually spent maybe the first 2 years, maybe a year or two in another college I went to. But I didn't get enough money to go. And of course, My brother wouldn't help me, but that's okay. He had 3 kids. All of them graduated college. Unlike David Miscavige, who had to drop out of school. And Tom Cruise, who had to drop out of school. Still, that's not a way to live life. Even though Tom Cruise didn't move around a lot, he should just stayed. Yes, I know he became eventually a big, huge movie star, and he is just awesome at his craft. But he turned into a rotten human being. We know that. He's a great actor, but turned into a horrible person. But guess what? And yeah, David Miscavige became a monster. He is a huge bully who beats up on his staff, hogs up all the money, and it's a huge mess Scientology made. But however, let's get back to this painting. I'm going to be painting this. Okay, now let's get started. We're going to actually use green. And white. That's what I'm going to use. Alrighty, let's just get started. Oh my God. If you were only at my brother's house yesterday. Oh my God. Everything turned out great. My sister-in-law did an incredible job with the dinner. And you'll never believe what happened. My brother's bird, family bird, actually flew on to my sister-in-law's apple pie. He actually sat on it. And literally, my brother had a piece, all due because he was trying to avoid the pecan pie that I made for him for his birthday. But no, he wouldn't eat it. I'm like, pecan pie is your favorite. He's like, it depends who's making it. Yeah. Always expect a brother and sister to be dumping each other like that. Do I dump on them? Yeah, I do, but I usually end up being the bigger person than him. But yeah, it's, oh my gosh. I'm like, well, I'm not going to have a piece of that, obviously. So, and guess what? My brother actually had a piece of that apple pie. Yeah, that the bird actually sat on. I'm like, you know what? I ain't having a piece of that. And plus, I don't really eat my sister-in-law's apple pie because, well, I'm sorry, I don't like her pie. So I just didn't eat it. But she did an excellent job with the meal. So now thinking back, it was so funny. But when it happened, I just freaked out. I'm like, the bird is sitting on the pie. It's, imagine that there are other guests and a bird sits on your pie. Yeah, that's appetizing. But luckily, my brother was the only one that had that pie. So I'm like, okay, fine. Good luck to you. I hope you don't get sick. Because what if that bird actually pooped on it? But it didn't. It just sat on the pie. So, okay, let's get started. Now, we're going to paint. The flower's white. There's already pink on that. Okay. Yes, I'm on a verge of finding a merch store that I can use for free I'm like, well, I was supposed to pay $36. I think it had a minus 36. So I'm going to check on that. So, yeah. I told them, gave me directions so I could decide what to do. It says, if you're not going to help me, then take me off. I didn't pay for it yet, but I am going to have a merch store. So at the moment, it's a t-shirt, but I'm not going to sell any t-shirts right now. I'm only going to sell my vase and the paintings. But guess what? Eventually, I'm going to make an SPTV vase for everybody. So all I have to do is buy one of these, maybe in a smaller size, or who knows? I'll probably just Xerox a copy and then that'd be it. So yeah, eventually I'm going to make an SPTV base. Okay? So all I got to do is Xerox a copy and buy a version that's maybe a little smaller. Now, I'm going to sell a vase that's this size for $15.99. This will be $10.99. And this would be, no, this would be $10.99. This will be $5.99. No, yeah, $5.99. $10.99. And $9.99. So let's just get started. So what I'm going to do is find one that's, a little smaller than the one I just showed you, or who knows, it might be that size. Maybe I'll change my mind and paint the SPTV on there. Who knows? So let's just get back to painting my vase. Okay. So, oh my gosh, yesterday, it was pretty funny just thinking back to yesterday, what happened. But I had fun, but I can't believe he had the pie that the bird sat. Isn't that 20 blackbirds baking the pie? But no, I wouldn't have eaten blackbirds in a pie because guess what? I'm a vegetarian and I'm trying to go vegan, but I keep getting sidetracked and it just got too steep. But I'm having less of the dairy now. Do I still have it? Yeah, I do sometimes. But usually I have soy milk. I should take calcium pills. But oh my gosh, yesterday during Thanksgiving, I was so full, and it went on to this morning. I was so full, I couldn't even eat breakfast. And then I got hungry later, so I ate the cheese turnover, a tiny little turnover. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, thank God. It didn't actually make a mark on my wood floor. So my brother would have killed me big time. But Oh my gosh. And then I had another slice of the pie. Am I going to have another slice tomorrow? Oh, I hope not. Oh my gosh, that pie. I did an incredible job on it. It was so unbelievable. And I do not eat pecan pie. I originally made it for my brother, and he refused to even eat it. I made it especially for him because he just had a birthday on the 23rd. I make it and he wouldn't eat it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I'm like, bro, I made it for you. I told him that, and he literally says nothing. I'm like, wait a minute. He says, well, I'm not having. I'm like, oh, well, I baked it for you. Well, it depends who bakes. You know what? We should have a recall on siblings, but you know what? In life, you can't do that. So now he's the black sheep, and I'm actually the good one. So, okay. But was my sister the good one growing up? You know what? I don't know. But one of her brothers did complain about her, and it wasn't cute. So I don't know. I don't even know whether she's the black sheep of the family, but who knows? But I think those two belong together. They've been married for years, which is so great. They had better success at. Ooh, they don't want me to talk about. Well, it wasn't like I gave you their names. First of all, I decided to do this iPod show or iPod cast show, podcast, or yeah, the video show or the stream. Not my family. I decided. So if I do talk about it, I'm not going to bring up their names. And yeah, it was, yeah, yeah. Whoever you were born with, you're stuck with them to death. So, okay, next we're going to paint. Oh, you know what? I need my glasses. Okay. Where are my glasses? Let's see. Oh, here it is. All right. I couldn't see a thing. Yeah, I never needed glasses before until this year. Yeah, as you get older, things start to change in your body, including your eyesight, your legs, your whatever. It just happens. So it's, you know what? Who knows? But yeah. So, and okay, so here I go. All right, here's the white one. All right. You know what? I haven't had the time to update whatever happened in Clearwater with the Aaron situation since I wasn't really home yesterday. It just snowed outside all night into this. I just got back today. So I know diddly squat what went on today or yesterday and the day before. But you know what? Let me try my best to think what happened. Yes, I mentioned before that there are a couple of orgs here in Ohio. In one town, the mayor in that town had the gall to congratulate to congratulate Scientology of the opening of their org. Well, looks like he safe pointed that mayor, but there are other mayors. So maybe I'll go to them. Who knows? But I got to one mayor. Well, candidate, really. I told her him or her, everything. And she says that she's going to show it to the superintendent of school. Which one? Never gonna tell. So, yeah, we have to avoid them actually going to them. So, I'm not going to name any names because they're not going to know. So, okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, it looks like they got to almost everybody. But guess what? The good news is we all know that they ran out of money. And of course, the greedy little man that David Miscavige is, he doesn't want to give any of it to any of the orgs. Hey, guess what? The employees, or whatever it is they call it, don't get paid that much. Eventually, I don't think they're going to be paid anything. Sometimes they don't even have a payday. And if they don't get enough people in, that's it. They're not going to pay them, which is illegal in all 50 states. You cannot have slave labor no matter what. So write your local Senate. That's how we get things done. Safe point them. That's what I did in the last election. And I pulled something off. Now, the superintendent's somewhere in Ohio, where I'm not going to even say. So, oh boy, I am just too nervous to call the mayor of the town I live in. I'm not going to say what town in Ohio. Yeah. So, okay. All right. And I'm like, please, I told that candidate, please listen to their side of the story. Get the superintendents, the school, to listen to their side. So he or she is going to show it to them. So where in Ohio? Never going to tell because you know what's going to. All right. All right. And we all know that, William Good was a guest on Aaron's show when Natalie filled in for him. Of course, he's going to be in there till mid-December, and it's awful that he wasn't with his family yesterday. The judge was being bitter. The prosecutor was being bitter. And David Miscavige, OSA, and upper management managed to get the judge or prosecutor to get the judge to throw him in jail. And guess what? Now an innocent man is in jail where he shouldn't be. All because Scientology decided to dump a huge tub. It was like 100 I think it was 100 by, it was a big gap. It was more, it was like a ton. It was about this fat, this big. I think it was about, yeah. They just certainly wasted water at the same time, and it's costing taxpayers in Florida a lot. And that town is not making any money, well, very little money. All because David Miscavige had to push everybody out of downtown. It's unbelievable what that man does. And yeah, right now, I don't think Tom Cruise is thinking straight. He's not thinking at all. Because, first of all, he ditched Surrey for Scientology. He chose Scientology over his own family. He was married 3 times, had 3 kids. One of them he ditched all because of Katie Holmes, because she was a suppressive person. Yeah, that's code for evil. Now, I don't know Katie Holmes, but she wanted to protect her child. And then by the time Tom found out, they were already gone, and she had filed for divorce. He didn't even see it coming. Well, good for you, Tom Cruise, because guess what? You deserve it. And now guess what? Because you're in Scientology, nobody would date you. Nobody will marry you, because guess what? They don't want to be a Scientologist. If they do, then that means they're as evil as you and David Miscavige. So, unbelievable. So, I was going to talk to the mayor of the town that I'm living in, Ohio, but I just cracked. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But guess what? Eventually it's going to happen. Whatever town in Ohio, I'll never say. Because guess what? There are loads of town. So I don't think they're going to get to all of them. So, if you're gonna if you missed this, I forgot to actually post today's date on my stream. So I just put it like an entire 48 minutes ago. So if I see one of you, I'll stay on longer, but I am so sorry. But guess what? Tomorrow, I have a new segment called the Monologue Corner. And that's what actors and actresses do. They do a monologue. Sometimes it's off a script, and sometimes it's a monologue or dialogue. Either one of those two, you can say it. But that's a new corner, and eventually it's going to be about the cult and Scientology, other cults and Scientology, since the topic's about cults and Scientology, which are a cult. So, okay. All right, and yeah, in case you missed it, it didn't go through, it messed up. Either it's the AI or it's Scientology messing with my thing again, even though the technician at Hewlett Packard said no one's ever going to hack into your computer again. But guess what? You never know what's going to happen. because so far they got on one of the other sites where I wanted to put my post on this show, but guess what? Either Scientology took it or they deleted it. Last time they took it and said, okay, we're looking it up. No, that's Scientology. And then again, guess what? They get away with all the crap. They're getting away with illegally breaking the law. It's just so, yeah. For years, nobody had a clue to what Scientology was doing. They think it was a religion like all other religions. But guess what? No, it's a cult. Now, from what I learned, anyone can start a cult. I can even start a cult, but guess what? I'm not gonna. Because I don't have a destructive behavior. I don't disconnect anyone. I don't banish them. But if they mouth off to me and bully me, I'm going to pray and thank God or Earth would, yeah, give them a little discipline. But it's the way it goes. All right. And what else is going on? Ugh. Let me think here. All right. Now, oh my gosh. I can't stop thinking about that pie. It was unbelievable. I felt like I mastered it. And I don't even eat pecan pie. It looks like I'm going to eat mine, but yeah, it was just incredible. Now, once you make that dessert, the one that I gave you instructions, oh my God, it's going to be incredible. You're going to love it. But would I eat everybody else's pecan pie? Probably not. Will I buy a pecan pie? I guess I'm only going to eat mine. So, yeah, it was just great. Let's see here. Now, at least he's going to be home for Christmas, unless Scientology decides to go after Aaron again. It is just unbelievable. I never heard of something like that. Of course, we all know L. Ron Hubbard was such an evil genius. He would have done it again. And let me tell you. All righty. All right, there it is. Now, I eventually will buy a magazine. I just don't know when. But tomorrow, I will be back about, let's see. Tomorrow, oh yeah, I might have put it for 4. Well, should I change it and be a little bit early? You know what? Probably not. Because if I have it for 4:30, then I'm going to have it for 4:30. Oops. Oh, no. Yeah, I am going to change it because guess what? I have the cooking segment at 4. So it looks like I'm going to have it at 11. So I'm going to change it. So check it out. So, I just have to remember that. Yeah. All righty. So. All righty. All right. Now, what else is going to, You know what? In the town meeting back in, let's see, April, or was it May? Yeah, it was April. I'm telling you. Well, at the end of March, beginning of April, before I actually got hacked in by Scientology, I got fair game. Yes. So it took me a couple of days to get back on. So it's unbelievable. And yet, guess what? We can't use AI. But yet, YouTube uses it. Now, is it fair? No. Can they use AI when they want? Yes, it's technically the creator's company. He chooses to use it. But I've gotten in touch with YouTube on this on the Scientology situation. Every situation I have with them. Did I actually get through with them? I don't know. Because they are using AI for customer service. But you know what? Maybe there's something I'm missing. I'm going to try again the next time there's an emergency. So hopefully, yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, there we go. This one. All right. Okay. But, oh, maybe I'll bring it up tomorrow. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, what else is there to talk about? Okay, there it is. I'm going to continue to paint this because some of the white came off. It's just, I guess I must have bought the wrong kind of paint and it just faded. So, yes. And guess what? Tomorrow I will go out, buy a magazine since it's a Saturday. I'm going to get right out of bed. And if I'm not hungry tomorrow, I'm just going to split out of my house. Because usually breakfast for me is just too much for me. I mean, I gain weight. I find the wrong way to go on a diet or eat less foods or balance it. I have a weird way of doing it. But anyways, let's just go on to another topic. But yeah, one of the people from YouTube, or yeah, they said never to use personal reasons, but they said, oh, well, I'm hot, or yeah, they advise us not to use personal statements, but you know what? Sometimes it just comes up. I mean, what are we going to do about it? So, all right, here we go. So, you know what? I'm going to make pink. All right. Oh, I didn't even know there was the white in here. Hold on, let me peel this off. Okay. So I'm going to make pink so I can put it in with a flower. Of course, you know that can happen because guess what? Red and white make pink. So, all right. Okay. And Reese is now, she was out with a dog the other day, of course. And, okay, I'm going to stir this around, make pink. Okay, it's going to be pretty good. Alrighty, it is fully pink. So, now, all right, so I'm just going to continue to do it. And then I'm going to put in the pink. All righty. And let me see here. Now, I didn't complete any other task for the SPTV Foundation. I've done several other projects for them, but it's been rough since Aaron's been sitting in jail because of Scientology. I mean, oh my God, for years. They've been getting away with their crap for years, right under everybody's nose, which is called safe pointing. And the only ones that were getting hurt, well, we were getting hurt by lies. Lying does actually hurt people. Do little lies hurt? No, not as much, but a lie is still a lie. No matter how little or big it is, a lie is a lie is a lie. So, now, as you know, they spilled the Catholic Church is secrets, and it's not a pretty one. Was I disappointed? Yes. Yeah, yeah. Well, it is what it is, but do I still love God? Yes. Do I still love Jesus? Yes. I still love this earth, every angel on it. I want to give the world, this whole globe, a big, huge hug and thank Gaia. Gaia is this earth. What's my religion? I don't really have a specific religion. I'm a mix of everything. But guess what? I love God. I still love Jesus no matter what. So I don't mean to cram anything down your throats. Okay. And okay. All right. What else is there to talk about? I talked to my niece this morning. She's gotten to be such a beautiful woman. She spent Thanksgiving with her future in-laws. Not going to name names because they chose not to have a YouTube channel, but once they choose to, okay. But they did not choose to have one. So I'm just going to say my niece or the in-laws or my brother or my sister-in-law. But I'm not going to mention their names because guess what? They did not make a choice of coming on YouTube or Pinterest or TikTok. No, I decided to come on the web, and guess what? I don't regret any day that I was on. So no, I'm never going to regret it. I am proud of what I'm doing. Now, okay. Am I an expert on religions? Not really, because I don't read much about it, but the ones that I know are really on YouTube. So I go see them. What religion? Never going to tell, because I can't tell people how to live, no matter what. And of course, guess what? All the churches went down in attendance. Yes, their parishioners are just shrinking. No one's going to church anymore because they were events that just turned. I think the fact that they discriminate against the LGBTQ community that got them that way. So that just, yeah. And God says, never judge, but you know what? It's happening with the church anyway. And they said, Jesus told them never to change the rules, but they changed it anyway. That was the warning he gave. Now, I'm not trying to cram anything down anyone's throat, but people just don't follow any rules that an organization or the spirit world, no matter what religion you're in, they just don't want to follow it. Or maybe they do and nobody knows about it, but the church, no, they don't. So, and back on L. Ron Hubbard, I think the reason why he called it a church, I think it was because he wanted to get everybody into the church. But now it is unbelievable because Church of Scientology has been given out permits at the orgs. That is unacceptable. I don't know what LA was thinking. Yeah, that's my tablet. Yeah, technology is weird, isn't it? So, oh boy, I tell you. All right. And what else is going down? All right. Okay. Maybe I'll just do the whole thing and then put it in the pink. All right, here we go. Although it's showing anyway, so. Now, okay. Now, lately, everybody says Jenna Elfman is on The Walking Dead. Now, I believe it, but do they really show it on regular TV? No. Does anyone ever see her channel? Well, Walking Dead is still on the air. But you know what? I kept on thinking her career is not going so well, but she's on The Walking Dead, so what can I say? But, oh my gosh. Tell you. Everybody, come on to my chat, please. If you're catching this show on the reel, please come to my chat. Now, I'm just having a hard time getting on the SPTV directory because Fluffer Squirrel won't put me on. But you know what? I'm going to stay calm and be nice to her anyway. Do I hate her? No. Do I hate what she's doing? Yes. But you know what? I'm going to try really hard to be nice to her. And plus, I have no hatred for anyone unless they do something to me that's inexcusable. I mean, technically, as not being on SPTV directory is not that bad. But think about this. There are other contents on there. Some of them don't even mention Scientology. They don't even mention the other cults. It's just dead silence in some of these videos. Some of them have cats playing, but no speech. And there was also a guy on the directory who submitted his directory, did not say 2 words. It is just unbelievable, but you know what? I don't know. She chose them, and they don't even talk about it. It's like a hush silence. But there are people out there who submitted it and didn't even get on, like me. Now, Fluffer Squirrel, I have no hate for you. I just don't like how you're selecting everything. Because there are people on SPTV directory that don't even mention any Scientology or any cult at all. There's just dead silence. Instead, there's a man walking down the street not saying a word. There are little kitty cats playing, but no single word about Scientology. So do you really know what you're doing? I have no hate for you. But so, okay. But if I have a certain project and I put everybody on, I just won't put you on. So, yeah, that's what you get for not including every single person. So, okay. But you know what? I'm not going to hate you because it's not going to accomplish anything. So, alrighty. Let's see. So, yeah, usually if I don't see a person on there, I'm going to feel like I'm talking to a wall because that's the way I'm feeling right now. So please, if you catch me on the wheel, please, oh, please get on. So far, 1 to 4 people showed up on some of my lives, which is fine. But then later now I have 186 views. And I send them an update just in case somebody messes with my numbers. But sometimes it's just, some days I get views and sometimes it can be just that too. So, and if you get AI or some kind of boost, it's going to affect your numbers. So you might just not bother with it if you decide to have your own YouTube channel. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. So, I mean, I thought it was a search, but no, it's not. It's some kind of AI that's boosting it. It's not people. I thought it would be, but no. But I'm not doing bad either. It's a small audience, but it's better than nothing. And all you who's following my channel, thank you very much. So, I try my best to actually keep up with everything. And I am actually getting in touch with the SPTV network, those who are on the directory and those who aren't. But guess what? Janice Gill and Grady and Mark Fisher from Peeling the Onion is just doing incredible. They are unbelievable people, but yet she doesn't have them on the directory. I mean, I don't see them anywhere on there because I went down the line. Am I bitter about it? You know what? I don't know. It's just so hard that people don't know that you even have a channel or that you exist with a channel. But yeah. But do I like Puffer Squirrel? Well, I don't know her. So I can't say whether I like her or not. I just don't know her. Or anyone else on the SPTV network. That's just it. If you don't know somebody, you can't make a determination if you don't know them. That's just the way life goes. So I can't tell you whether I like Puffer Squirrel or not. I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't hate her at the same time because guess what? I don't know her either. So that's just it. So, okay. Alrighty. All right. Now, in case I get kicked out of this nice house, I'll eventually find somewhere to stay for cheap. Cheaper than what I'm living in right now, but I am living in a $500 apartment. If I get kicked out by my sibling, then I'm going to have to find somewhere else to live because I am not going to refuse to give up my YouTube channel. So, and yeah, I'm going at everything alone while I'm actually on YouTube. So, and oh no, that's the leaf. Here we All right, let's see. So, sorry about the dead silence. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right, I'm going to need more white since I'm out. All righty. Oh my God. All right. You know what? Let me see. What am I going to cook this week? I mean, let me think. I do not know. So, it's the way it goes. So, I am just going to play it by ear and see what I'm going to do. I'm trying to remember all the recipes I made in the past. One of them is the green beans, onions, garlic, saute, green beans, can of tomatoes, or that's the way you make it. And that's called fasula, or you can just call it green beans. So it's a Middle Eastern dish. So, okay. All right. Or that's what I was thinking while I was growing up, but all right. Okay. Now, let me think. I am trying to remember. And at the same time, I'm not handing over my vegetarian apron. Never. I'm just an avid animal lover. I am trying to be a vegan and I'm not pulling it off so far. So I'm going to keep trying. So, okay. I mean, I'd rather buy soybean yogurt, but I can't find. The last time I saw a soy yogurt, I think it was $12 for a container this big. Now, it's ridiculous. Or was it anywhere between 10 or $20? My guess it was 12. And now they don't have it anymore. I'm going to go look again. I'm just loving doing what I'm doing. Now, about my merch store, it will go up. Right now, I went to this one merch store that's costs less or free of charge, and I get 100% of the profits. But guess what? They only have t-shirts. And I tried to put in my bases. It ended up being on a shirt. So I'm trying to delete it, but can't. So I deleted it. Finally figured it out. And of course, ADHD just makes it hard. So, and that's one of the reasons why I am doing a show on the cult and Scientology. More on 90% of the time, or 90 to 99% of the time, I will be talking about Scientology. Because guess what? There are people dying in there that have mental illness. Kyle Brenner died, and the case was unsolved, all because it's Florida and in Clearwater. His father actually took his meds, puts it in the trunk of the car, and just locks it. Never take a medication away from a person. They can get sick. It's dangerous, especially to a person with mental illness, because it's unpredictable. Mental illness is unpredictable. Never do that. And then Kyle was shot and killed at the age of 21. I think it was 20. And his mother lost a child. But does his father care? I don't know. But David Miscavige's sister was involved. Denise was involved. Denise Miscavige was involved. How she played a role in this, I don't know. But you know what? Is my mafia videos doing very well? One of them isn't. Because I don't know whether the fact that they don't like what they're hearing or they didn't come across it, it can be anything. Now, I did do heavy research for a material that I'm working on. And everybody on the SPTV network is accidentally, not on purpose, accidentally are giving the wrong information. I mean, I do not want them to look like a liar, but they accidentally giving people wrong information. So that's why I'm doing pieces on Scientology versus the mafia. Because, yes, wrong information is being fed. But you know what? It's a reasonable thought, because guess what? Mafia is dangerous. But according to Dominic Sicali, the mafia is grown soft, a little soft, but they can still kill you. So So, but at the same time, you're not going to know a member of the mafia is sitting right in front of you. You're not going to know that. Now, there could be a sibling out there, a woman out there that could be married to them, but not be aware that she is. Now, oh, now, with Scientology, you're going to instantly know because they're going to come out and say they're Scientologists. People, men from that mob, yes, men. There are rarely women in there. Now, there are some that pops up from time to time, but other than that, it's all men. But you know what, ladies? That's okay, because we are all better off. We don't want to, well, the smart ones anyway. So, yeah. So the way life goes. But yes, I am going to do more pieces on Scientology versus Mafia. Now, the next one will be kids in Scientology versus the kids in the Mafia. Yeah, young kids. Some of them start as young as in high school. Do some of them actually stay? Do they all drop out? We will find out. But when I'm going to actually do it, I don't know. Okay. So, and could the kids from Mafia be the same as the kids in Scientology? Maybe, maybe not. But if I were to say it and make a determination, no. Because those kids in the Mafia, yeah, they're just as bad as their grown counterparts. And so we're going to say that. Okay? So when I'm going to do it, I don't know. But my next piece is going to be about Clearwater and how much it costs a year since the town is sitting empty. That's what I'm going to do it on next. So, yeah, if well, let me. All right, these are the ones, the little dots are the star flowers. Let me show you. The dots are the little star flowers or whatever it is they call it. I'm not a flower expert, so okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, some of the white is just, yeah, the gloss sometimes comes off, so. And it also depends what product you actually get. And, okay. Now, tomorrow, of course, I'm bringing you a monologue. So I have to redo that. And it's a new segment that I have called the Monologue Corner. So, and of course, it's going to be on the cult because that's what the channel's about. If someone were to tell me yesterday that I was going to do a channel on YouTube and it was going to be about the cult, I would have thought they were crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because I scare easy. But you know what? I do know self-defense. But whether you learn it, if you go and learn it, you're going to be the same person you've always been. Inside, it just doesn't change no matter what you get into. All right. And let's see how long. Okay, we're an hour and 19 minutes in. So, you know what? I am going to okay. Let's see. I just have fun doing this, painting my bases, just doing my art, doing my characters. Now, and it works for me, and no one's going to take it away. So, okay. So I may have to go to another shop to actually sell these. I'm not going to keep them because I have a dozen of these vases. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, at first I was going to actually do all leaves, but this is so great. Okay. So, all right, you know what? I should start on the green. Okay. Now, how much is this going to cost? Possibly $5, and this is probably going to cost $5.99. So, and it's all going to be on the internet. So keep your eyes open for my merch store for these lovely vases. I have more that I took pictures of. Keep an eye out. So now eventually I'm going to put them on my YouTube business cards. Okay. Now, is it going to actually end up as a picture on the links in the below? I would think so. So, and guess what? Eventually, I'm going to have one that says SPTV. That's right. You can have an SPTV base once I start working on one. Okay. So I'm going to start with possibly a couple and then see how it works out. Yeah. And is Erica okay from that car accident? Which the charges are just so bogus. But yeah, she's okay. She's fine. She was actually at a protest after it happened. So she wasn't badly hurt. I don't think she was in a coma or anything. So. But yeah, he was charged with second degree while Aaron was charged with first degree. And this was all over cornstarch based product. Should have called assault? No. Because according to Pharaoh Cheryl, he had a mask on. He said he couldn't breathe. Now, she made an excellent point. If he wanted to breathe, why does he still have his mask on? So, yeah, I'm going to come up with I didn't come up with another story because, guess what? Yesterday I forgot to put a post up for this segment. Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it? So, okay, now I'm going to start on the green. Am I going to eat dinner? Well, eventually. Am I going to eat huge? No, I'm probably going to have like, I picked out so much this week. Of course, Thanksgiving's a place of work. Oh, excuse me. Then I came home. I didn't have breakfast because I was so full from the other day, and it continued on to the morning. But then a little later, I got a little hungry, and so I had a few turnovers. And then all of a sudden, guess what? I started picking on my pecan pie. It was so incredible. You guys, you try and bake it, and you're going to love it. And usually I don't eat pecan pie, but mine was excellent. Okay. Now. Okay. All right. Oh boy, this is really drying. Okay. Alrighty. And then, let's see. Oh, I am just so full from yesterday. So let's see. Well, let me tell you, Aaron talks about his diet and what he's eating, which is beef jerky, to all the viewers, but still gets the hits. So, okay. And SBTV is reaching over 1 million viewers worldwide, and it's a phenomenon. So, all right. And let's see here. Here we go. All righty. Okay. Is that a? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a green. All right. That's a white. This, no. Here's a green. All right, let's see what else is there to talk about. Let me see. Yeah, you all know that Jenna Miscavige also used to be in Scientology. She is the niece of David Miscavige, as you all know. Of course, like everybody else, she was a victim, and well, if she had everybody call her sir or had to call her sir, yeah, that's another thing. They call women sir. All righty. And of course, all righty. All right, here's another leaf. Yep, I'm putting in the leaves. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh boy. I know I must have gained weight, so maybe I should just skip junk food. But you know what? You have to reach some kind of balance. I mean, you can eat junk every once in a while, or sometimes. Just find some way to balance it out, and it'll be okay. Usually, I just eat vegetables, and my doctor told me I don't have an ounce of diabetes. Okay, and my cholesterol went right down when I switched up from eggs to tofu. I mean, you could use tofu omelets, quiche, scramblers, and use, it's great. So, and you barely can tell the difference, even though it might not look, although put curry in it anyway. So, all right, when you make the omelet. So, yeah, maybe I'll make another quiche and another flavor, like, let's see, not broccoli like I did the last time, but maybe pepper or mushrooms. So I'm going to have to wait till possibly January or February. Okay. Here we go. No. Can't find any more leaves. Here we go. Here. All right. Okay. Now, all right. I mean, I don't feel as hungry, so maybe I'll just have a couple of cucumbers, maybe tomatoes, and then that'll be it. And then later on, I have to go out and shovel, even though it's dark. If I don't do it, it's going to stick to the ground and it's going to be impossible to shovel. So that's what I'm going to have to do. Hopefully, I don't forget. All right. Okay. This sleeve is fading, so I have to fill that in. All right. I'm sorry. It's a dead silence, but it's, yeah, I didn't keep up with the updates on what the Aaron situation is. It's the same as before. But yeah, whenever David Miscavige or Tom Cruise brings up anything, they have to go behind the scenes. They don't want to show up at any of the meetings in public or at public works. Nobody in OSA, not even David Miscavige or Tom Cruise, go, they have to sneak around people's backs, which we're not even allowed to do, but they've been doing it. Usually it's show up in public. I am so quiet. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the silence, everybody. It's it's unbelievable that I'm actually quiet. So, and let's see here. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to bring you a story at, I think, about either 11 or noon. A monologue, my monologue that I had to actually delete and then start again. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope it doesn't mess up, or hope Scientology doesn't mess up, even though Hewlett Packard says nobody's going to be able to. Does happen to your computer again, but guess what? It's Scientology. They might not find a way in. So, and they did. They deleted my post on Site X. They are a piece of work. They're garbage. David Miscavige, Tom Cruise, and OSA in upper management are garbage. All right, there we go. Now, let me think here. Now, is there a Jehovah's Witness here? Well, they're everywhere, especially in other countries, even though it started here in this country in the 1800s, the late 1800s. Yeah. And let's see, I know a couple of I used to know a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses. And of course, I run into them time to time on the street. And they also one of them actually had a goal to walk up my driveway and say, "We're going to be at this so-and-so. Would you like to?" Yeah. I was nice about it. I told her, no, I don't want it. Will I tell her that they're a cult? I don't know. If it comes up, I guess, but I didn't think of it, so. All right. Now, people might think they're a religion because they're talking about God and Jesus, but in fact, no, they are a cult. And yeah, that person talked about it at our place of employment. Never bring up religion or politics. Of course, I'll admit that I brought up politics on the job. Now I decided not to anymore because there's going to be different views on the way people see it, especially when it comes to religion and Christianity. Now, a person's going to see a Bible in one way, and then another person's going to see it in another direction. People have different viewpoints. Of course, they're not going to see the Bible the same way. It's going to be different the way they view it. Each person's going to view the Bible differently than another person. That's just the way it goes. And if the church think it's not going to happen, it does. But now there's a guy named Morg, and his talks about the Bible. And he does give the phrase, and he actually has religious trauma. Yes, in the Christianity, they traumatized him. So, oh boy. Do I have trauma? Well, I have mental illness, so it's a difference. Only difference is they could get maybe get cured for trauma, but never mental illness. There's no cure for mental illness, no matter how you see it. Okay. Should I squeeze the paint on? Let's see. I don't know. So maybe I'll try it another time. All right. Now, okay. All right. Okay. I am just trying to think what else I could talk about. I just can't think of it because I missed yesterday's, but I'm gonna see what I can find today. So late at night. Yeah. So I wasn't here yesterday. Did I catch a little bit of it? It's possible. All right. And geez. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next. So I'm just going to cut off soon. So, all right. Now, I just can't believe Aaron's just sitting in jail. Where in fact, David Miscavige should be the one sitting in jail. You cannot use slave labor. It's against the law. I know I've said dozens of times, but I'm stressing it. So I don't know how they managed to get away for it for years. And they're right. L. Ron Hubbard was an evil genius. He knew how to work the system big time, and they still do. Eventually maybe I'll make it. Yeah, I will. Okay. Yeah. I think I'll make turkey pot pie. So soon as my pie dish empties out, I will make the pot pies, and I guess you can put whatever you want in it, whether it's the substitute or not. So, and you're thinking, you know what, I gotta take my leftovers and do something with it. I'm giving you a recipe, even though I'm not gonna use turkey. Okay, all righty. And of course, you all know on YouTube, they say Janet Jackson is saying her goodbyes and is going to pass away. Now, she might have already did it, or it might be a rumor on YouTube because YouTube is unpredictable. But it looks, yeah, although it's a different channel. So we'll see. But that's as far as I know. And she had a rough childhood, both her and Michael. And that's how different she really. Yeah, just because you have all that money and all that fortune, does that mean that their life is peaches and cream? Yeah, it was their father that just did it. And of course, one of the Jackson brothers actually abused their wife and child. Which one is it? I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, it's strange being in that business. But there are good people that are in the business, and I mean stars. So, okay. Alrighty. And there we go. I'm using the pink for the streaks for the flower. So it's pretty cool. So here we go. All right. Alrighty. Okay. I got a couple of other spots to put it in, so let's see. Yeah. All right, there. All right, let's see. What else should I talk about while I'm trying to get off and use all my paints? Yeah, I don't want to waste, but sometimes you know how it gets. We end up wasting. But guess what? We all know Scientology is good at wasting because look how much water they used up in Los Angeles and in Clearwater. Yeah, that's right. They can just easily wait till it rains so the rain would wash off all that chalk. But no, they have to use the water that the taxpayers are eventually going to pay for. They do that in Los Angeles. Now, they turned on their water outside, the outside sprinklers, last year on protesters in the foolish attempt to get even with them. It is horrible. Yeah, well, what can you do? So, okay. All right, okay, let's see. All right, and today was Black Friday. People are just rushing off to the stores and buying whatever they want for the holiday for their loved one. All right, let's see here. All right, that's the back. All right, I'll do that. Oh boy, I am sorry about the dead science. I am really trying to come up with a conversation piece that I can actually tell you guys. Yeah, Jessica really knows how to. Jessica Pamadessa. Oh, excuse me. She really knows how to work Scientology. It is just so unbelievable. And let's see here. All right. Okay, I guess I used up some of the paint. All right, yes, I am still trying to get a collaborator to actually come on to my YouTube channel to all right. Now, all right, I did use the pink, but let's see. There is a brown. Of course. I'll do that the next time. All right. It looks like it's time to actually cut off. So, keep an eye out for my merch store. I thought I almost was so close to actually getting it out today. But no, I didn't. Sorry. But, oh my gosh. Okay. And let me think. Alrighty. All right. Okay, guys. I am cutting out because, for one, I'm done with this one, looks like. Yep. And I was here for about 1 hour now, so it is eventually time to cut out. So keep an eye on my merch store and buy me a coffee. If you I know it's connected to my PayPal, so buy me a coffee. Sorry, I mentioned the PayPal before. If you have a hard time getting on to buy me a coffee, then get in touch with either PayPal or the Buy Me a Coffee gang, but whatever. But yeah. And hit the like, press subscribe, and guess what? Oh, I didn't pick an end. Well, maybe next time. But anyways, if you're catching me on the reel, hit the link or the end screen to your left. Okay. Good day, everybody. Oh! Bye.